emphasize on including or introducing the courses on electromechanical engineering courses. So and introducing the IoT and the automations in the building instruments. So those courses we will think to include, and the precast concrete as a core subjects. So as suggested by the expertise, pre-stress concrete we will convert into a core subjects for all the students, and regarding the mini project, as suggested, we want the expertise want the industrial problem statements has to be taken, and there has to be the student has to be exposed to the industry projects, so that the learning experience would be more, and that makes them more employable than the general. And regarding the other suggestions, that design of steel concrete composite structures, there is a gap in that, so that we can include in the curriculum. And the other important thing related to the software, the basic generic FEM packages need to be teach to the students, so that they are familiar with the basic analysis of the structural models. So yeah, anything I missed?
About certification, I wanted to know that.
About the certification courses, they have suggested that the communication, apart from their fundamentals, the communication skill is one thing very essential to communicate effectively among the group. And one more, the certification sustainability courses offered by IGBC, so is another important course, certification courses. So and suggested to include a lot of self-directed learning. So give them opportunity to see that open source materials, so that they learn extra than what we teach in the academics. And the last point that they have mentioned is about the non-structural component facade engineering. So that components and other things that we will try to include in our curriculum, so within the scope of our credit system. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir, do you like to add something?
One more missed out is, so Professor rightly said the material characterization that the students need to study. Then sustainable design, so that also they need to study. Then one more thing highlighted is all the students should know how to read electrical, mechanical and automation drawings and how it is implemented in the site. So that is also students should know. And apart from this, one more I observed, along with the studying the architecture and structural detailing drawings, parallelly they should be taken to the site and we should show them what is column, what is beam, how it is aligned, okay, how it is placed, all those things. So I think so that is already we are doing it. In the third semester onwards, we have one lab session where we take them to the site and we will show the components of those things.
Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, my observation was also very positive, in a sense that a lot of good feedback that we receive. So I think it is that way we have to see that how we include in our overall approach. So thank you very much, sir, for your group work. Now I will go to CEM, Construction Management. So basically we would like to hear that what kind of augmentation is possible and what was the outcome of the discussion. So.
Okay, good evening everyone of you who are present here. So we had at least 6 of the panel members, and the information started with, the discussion started with one important question. In another 5 years, what is that one thing which is going to change the construction industry, and what is expected from construction management professionals, irrespective of their degree? So Riaz Ahmed sir from Atkins, he came up with 6 pillars for future-ready construction management professionals, which he wrapped up into digital excellence. which includes building information modeling, to treat it as a process and not as a tool. Second is to have a good understanding on common data environment, what we call as CDE. Then very important is to develop and understand the reality capture technology, because construction documentation is moving from Excel sheets or hard copies to digitization. Fourth important thing is to have an understanding on digital twin. And lastly, we have to move to a cloud environment where all these tools are collaborated using cloud platforms. Then we next moved on to Janaki Raman sir. He is from Smart Build Ramco. He said that initiation and planning are the two most important things for construction management professional, because only if you plan well you will be able to execute all the other stages of the project life cycle well. If you don't get the planning right, then your building and the maintenance will definitely not be right. Moving ahead with Arun Prabha sir, he in fact mentioned that soft skills are something which is missing in the professionals that we have currently, and soft skills are extremely important, and we have to compare ourselves with an architect. We should be an all-rounder, and we should always take up civil engineering with an attitude that has elegance. One of his important understandings was to introduce quantity survey, because it is very, very crucial for a construction management graduate to do quantity surveying, and also to introduce construction law, because in the current as well as in the future trend of the construction industry, this is something that is going to become more and more relevant in all sorts of projects. So that is something that everybody agreed upon. Moving ahead to Vikas Bhatia sir from Pranjal Projects. He in fact mentioned that technology keeps evolving, and even though we say there is digital tool, the tool will not remain the same. It also keeps evolving. It could be Tekla, or it could be Primavera, it could be building information modeling. And as and how the tool evolves, we also should evolve with that. And to sum it up, it is always the basics that matter.
Yeah.
Because all these tools which were developed, that were also by the civil engineers and not by any IT professional. Pradeep Kalur sir from Medhini, he also added to it when we talked about why is that BIM is always treated as a tool and not as a process, and how we can change it. So he mentioned that it comes back to basics, and you take a project, you can bring one industry expert who is well versed with implementation of building information modeling, take one building, and through the process, you teach them how building information modeling helps, rather than you teaching different tools in building information modeling. That is how a process can be taught. You collaborate with an industry expert having an expertise, and then you start teaching students about the progress of a building and how building information modeling helps and complements. That is something that was told by him. Then of course we had Manish sir. He kindly joined us. So he mentioned about how technology cannot remain the same, and how even though technological advancements happen in the construction, and how having the attitude towards progressing towards modernization is important, and how clients should actually push this. Even though we have several technological advancements happening, several entrepreneurial journeys which we see, but still if the client's attitude is to go ahead with the conventional thinking, then it is very difficult to implement the technological advancements. And we ended up with one of the stories which was narrated by Arun Prabha sir. He was telling about a story wherein soap, a person was hell-bent on inventing soap, but he tried hard, but the soap did not solidify. Today, if that was the case, he would have sold it as a liquid soap.
Yeah.
So technology always changes,
True.
and it always makes its way,
Yeah.
and nothing is constant. Yeah. So this is the key takeaways from our session.
And any certifications that you have discussed about
Yeah, the certification part, when it comes to, it was clear from the discussions that we had in the morning. One is building information modeling, and the second one is Pravavera. So these are the two important certifications that we have to push through. Yeah. Thank you.
very
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, Madam, Sridevi, Madam.
Good evening, everyone. We had three industrial experts who were happy with our curriculum, whatever the existing curriculum. But they have given few feedback to add some of the points or some of the topics in the curriculum, as displayed in the slides. They asked us to include